That coming off a big weekend at Hickory Motor Speedway, right?
Kissing babies and what do they say?
And watching racing. Hey, you want to know who's going to be on the show today?
Yes, tell us.
RJ Braun's going to be here after his win at Slinger Sunday. John Bolen's also going to join us, as well as Ben Rowe, Eddie Van Meter, and we'll hear from NASCAR Cup Series driver Todd Gilliland coming off a top 10 finish this past weekend at Talladega.
Sweet.
And like we said, you got to go to Hickory. And
I took the truck up.
Yep. Hey. How's the gas mileage on it?
Man, Alan was trying to. It's not good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. But it was awesome. It was fun. I got there after all the rain. It was a beautiful day.
Yeah,
it was a treat for everyone that was there.
It turned out perfect, and you can join Jess and Keely Dubinsky Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time as they review everything from that exciting weekend racing at Hickory Motor Speedway. But you know what? We had a lot of great racing here on Racing America. Let's go racing across America now, starting Friday at You laugh about my little graphics.
Yes.
Friday at Five Flag Speedway, the Outlaws were in action. Bubba Winslow holds off Timothy Watson to take the win there. On Saturday, the Northwest Super Late Model Series was in action at Wenatchee Super Oval. Great battle between Evan Getz and Hayden Plybon early. Plybon takes the lead for good, just past halfway. Leads the rest of the way for his first Northwest Super Late Model win of 2023. At Oxford Plains Speedway on Saturday, fellow Kawiki driver development driver Max Cookson was the winner there in Super Late Model. So we talked about it last year. These guys taking off right where they did last year, and Kawiki drivers winning here right off the bat. Citrus County Speedway, the Pure Stocks were in action. Great race between Jason Waller and Cody Struble, and Jason Waller was able to get the win. And then on Sunday at Slinger Speedway, RJ Braun outruns his car owner Steve Apel for the ASA Midwest Tour win in the Miracle on the High Banks. One race you didn't hear us mention, this past Sunday, the past Super Late Models were scheduled to be in action. That race got rained out, and they're actually going to run it this Sunday, and you'll be able to catch it here on Racing America. But if you're up in New England and you can get out, try to get over to Oxford Plains Speedway. That's going to be a great Sunday afternoon of racing for the past Super Late Models and the past Modifieds. Did you have fun at Hickory?
I had a blast.
Yeah. How many races have you actually got to watch with Travis like that where y'all are actually both watching?
I don't even count this because even though he was standing next to me, he had the radio on. He was driver coaching for Gavin Bushell. So he's not paying attention to whatever I want him to be paying attention to, which during that race was Isabella. I'm losing my mind about Isabella.
I figured it was you.
And, well, yes. And he's over here, trying to do his job. So it's not, I love to watch races with him, though, because he's very good at explaining things. And so I was left to my own devices, watching by myself. That's
always trouble, and we'll be able to see what notes Jess took Thursday at 6:30 on Cars Tour Weekly. Yeah. When we come back, our first guest of the evening is going to be RJ Braun, the winner at Slinger. He'll be with us after this.
5-Star Bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market. Aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials. Tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-Star.
It's the biggest weekend in Montgomery Motor Speedway history, and it comes your way on Saturday, April 29th. See the ASA Southern Super Series Super Late Models in the Rumble by the River, plus the return of the Show Me the Money Pro Late Models. It's a huge late model doubleheader on Saturday, April 29th at Montgomery Motor Speedway. For more info, go to montgomerymotorspeedway.org. Can't be there? You can watch it all live on Racing America.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
Hey there, I'm Richard Childress, and you're watching Racing America.
Welcome back to the Bullring today, presented by 5-Star Race Car Bodies. I'm Alan Dietz along with Jess Ballard. And do you know where 5-Star Race Car Bodies is located? The plant? Take a guess. I set it up for you right before we started.
Wisconsin.
Milwaukee. Well, no, you should have stopped at Wisconsin, but somebody else who's from Wisconsin. RJ Braun, the winner this past weekend's ASA Midwest Tour race at Slinger Speedway, the Miracle High Banks, and RJ is joining us now. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Well, take me through the race. I know you know a lot about Slinger Speedway. You know a lot about Steve Apel. He was hounding you there at the end of the race. Tell me about those last few laps.
Yeah, so the last couple laps, they're pretty intense. My car was fading away, and Steve was catching me. He was right on my bumper most of the race around the lap cars, and I knew I had to push hard. My Uncle Rick was spotting for me. He was telling me, clear, everyone's around you, that kind of stuff. And I was just pushing as hard as I could. Tires were falling off, and fortunately we held on to it. So that was pretty cool.
You know, I've always wanted to ask someone that has a relative spotting for them. Like, I just think that would be so nerve-wracking, and like, I could never spot for Travis. Well,
oh my God.
Well, I couldn't spot, just period.
That would be a disaster.
I mean, so do you like having someone that close to you up in the tower?
Yeah. I have multiple people on the radio, so if they see a caution, whoever sees it first kind of yells out. But yeah, he's been pretty good with me. He's helped a lot. He's been my spotter pretty much my whole career, so we just kind of stuck with him helping. He likes doing it, likes being around the race car, so that's how we ended up.
Does this win affect your plans for this year? Of course, that was an ASA Midwest Tour race. You've raced for points at Slinger the last few years. Does it change up the plan, or what is the plan for 23?
So the plan was to race at Slinger for the full season. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'll be racing the whole ASA series or not. We'll see how Madison goes, but I was planning on racing Madison and the Dixieland and Slinger Nationals for the ASA races, but I guess we'll see how we do and see if we continue.
We've talked to a lot of drivers, I feel like, from the South and gotten their opinion on the new ASA banner, but not really too many drivers from your neck of the woods. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on racing under that banner, and has much changed?
Not necessarily for us. It's been kind of difficult just determining what's what, because they kind of merged everything together. We're used to the ARCA Midwest Tour, and now everything's kind of merging the ARCA races or ASA races or ASA Midwest kind of merging with the ASA Stars. So it's kind of confusing for us, but I think it's starting to sort out, and we're starting to figure out what kind direction we want to go.
And I know this race at Slinger this past weekend was an actual ASA Midwest Tour race, but the biggest difference that you guys are going to have to fight or figure out, whichever it may be, are these national races at places like Madison and other racetracks where you guys and correct me if I'm wrong, typically run with a 2-barrel carburetor in ASA Midwest, and the other Super Late Model Series part of ASA race with 4-barrel carburetors.
Yep. So yeah, we mainly run with a 2-barrel up here. So we're trying to decide what we should run, 4-barrel or 2-barrel at Madison. So it's kind of a difficult decision to make. If you want to take a weight break and take a 2-barrel and save your tires, you want to do a 4-barrel and just be fast, I guess.
Yeah. And I know there are places, and I don't know if it would be Madison, but there are places where 2-barrel's an advantage. I know here where we're at in Charlotte, at Hickory, you could take a super late model there, and you're better with a 2-barrel carburetor. Do you have any idea which way you think Madison will go?
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of 4-barrel racing just because the amount of tires you get, and you can manage your tires during that race. If you can keep the tires underneath you, you'll probably be better off. But the main problem will be the qualifying speed. People are going to have 4-barrels on, and with a 2-barrel, I don't think you'll have enough power just to keep up. So I think mainly it's going to be a 4-barrel show.
Well, we look forward to it. Car looked great out there Sunday. Congratulations on the win, and we'll be following you here throughout the 2023 season.
Thanks for having me.
All right, RJ Braun, winner this past weekend's ASA Midwest Tour race at Slinger. Great racetrack.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I was thinking this is a compliment, not an insult. But all the guys and girls that age from that neck of the woods sound so much like the guy in the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary.
Well, that's a compliment to all you folks from up around Wisconsin. When we come back, we're going to talk to a guy that doesn't sound like he's Jeffrey Dahmer. That's going to be John Bolen. He's pulling double duty at Montgomery this weekend.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
A new era begins as the ASA CRA Super Series hits the track on Saturday, April 29th at Anderson Speedway. See the Midwest's top super late model racers as they compete for 125 laps around Anderson's tight quarter mile. Don't miss a second of the action. It's the ASA CRA Super Series kicking off 2023 on Saturday, April 29th at Anderson Speedway. And you can catch it all only on Racing America.
Unique memories or stories. Just the times with my father, my grandfather, anybody that was out of the track, family-wise. My dad was always, one of those persons I'd go to for information on how the race is going, how I'm doing. He would be there to pump me up, tell me if I sucked, just be real with me. So my dad's always been real influential in my life when it comes to short track racing, and I always loved watching when he short track raced. Obviously I was really little, but I know a lot of his memories and stories that I grew up on as a child were listening to him tell him about racing late models around the country. And as a young kid, I've always been into short track, so I love the short tracks.
Welcome back to the Bullring, presented by Five Star Race Car Bodies. Alan and Jess here with you this afternoon. Of course, we've talked a lot about the big doubleheader this weekend at Montgomery, the ASA Southern Super Series, the Pro Late Model, and our ASA list driver this week is John Bolen, because he is going to be running both at Montgomery this weekend. John joining us now. Thanks for being with us today.
All right, thanks for having us.
Well, tell me what this doubleheader's like. I know you've done it at other racetracks, but typically it's not something we see at Montgomery.
No, yeah, Five Flags usually where it ends up being on the doubles. When they have a lot, one in the summer, and then you go run the crate race and the snowball. You do both of them the same weekend, so it's a lot of work. It's really hard on the guys. They're the ones that have to dig in and take care of 2 cars instead of one, and make sure they're both completely opposite. So you're trying to take care of 2 different complete cars and keep up front.
Yeah, I'd say for the crew guys, it's probably definitely just a way harder weekend, the doubleheader weekends. But from the driver's seat, do you feel like you get in a better headspace because you're just running more laps around the track? Or do you kind of get spun out a little bit because you're having to hop between the two?
Well, yeah, actually, because you drive the 2 cars, they're so similar, but there are a lot of differences in them. And so yeah, you gotta sit back and adjust yourself, and be ready to drive this car this way and that one the other. So yeah, it's definitely tough going back and forth.
Well, you mentioned working on the cars and how different they are, and when you look at a pro late model and super late model, especially if you're new to it, you're like, well, what's the difference? So at a racetrack like Montgomery, what are the biggest differences you're dealing with?
Like I said, that's like most of the time, the cars, like we have all Fury cars, and every one of them's identical except for the motor in them. But, your setup wise, the Super versus Pro, we're pretty far apart on the two. For a Pro car, you're trying to make sure it turns and rolls to the center so well, and then Super car, you're trying to get drive off. It's got so much more motor. So, they're very similar. Like I said, base wise, the same cars, but then you're looking for 2 different things out of both of them.
So when we're calling races, a lot of times, we talk about the pro late model and keeping up the momentum. So basically what you're saying is, in order to keep that momentum up, you got to keep as much speed as you can through the middle of the corner. Whereas with the super late model, you can punch it and kind of make up for it coming out of the corner.
Yeah, that's like I said, center speed's big in the pro car, and then roll speed in the center, and then the super car is about getting to the center, but it's about who can get to the gas and the sooner, quicker, and be able to actually get to full throttle, quickest, off the corner on a long run. That's big there.
Do you enjoy driving one over the other?
The super is such a challenge, but I really enjoy the pro car. We've had a lot of success running for so long. It's just you can just drive those so hard the whole race and just really hang it out. And the super, the races, the tracks all got so worn out, it ends up being ride so long and then race, and which is it's a different type of challenge. But so I definitely enjoy the pro racing.
Do you find more consistency with the pro? Because at least to me, and again, this is watching from the outside, it seems like, literally, when you run back-to-back nights at Five Flags, that Friday, Saturday Blizzard doubleheader, that you can be on it one night and the very next night look like you hadn't even ran a lap of practice. Not you personally. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, the supercar now is so competitive. You go to a ASA or Southern Super Series race, and there's 25 guys that on the right night, if they check all the boxes, that could win. And that, you look back over the years, it used to, at one point, it was 5 to 8, and it went to 10 to 12, and, just getting so competitive that I think that's where you see that. It's like the guys you're saying is off that night and running 20th. He might just be off just a little bit, but the field's so tight that moves him from a top 3 run to a 15th place car.
We've talked a lot about it here on the Bullring about how big the month of May is. The ASA Stars National Tour will be in Madison, Wisconsin. But that big couple of weeks in North Carolina at North Wilkesboro on a Tuesday night, and then a week and a couple of days later on a Thursday night at Hickory, are you planning on running those races? And if so, do you bring the Super and the Pro and try to run both of those at North Wilkesboro?
Well, right now we have our other supercar up at Pops' house, and he's got it ready for Wilkesboro for the Super race. And we're going to run our other Super this weekend in our crate car. So our plan right now is for sure to run the Tuesday night race, but we have to just obviously see where we stack up after Saturday night. If Pro cars one piece, too much to do, or whatever issue you might run into after Saturday night, that kind of dictates whether you run that Wednesday night show up there or not.
Well, John, I know you're not going to be alone. I know a couple of other drivers are planning on doing double duty this weekend. We can't wait to watch here on Racing America. We hope everybody over and around Montgomery can get out to the racetrack. I appreciate you joining us today and wish you the best of luck.
All right, thank y'all. Thanks for having us.
All right, John Bolen. Again, you can watch him at Montgomery this weekend on Racing America. We come back, we're going to have a lot of Cup Series news for you, including a chat with Todd Gilliland.
It's the biggest weekend in Montgomery Motor Speedway history, and it comes your way on Saturday, April 29th. See the ASA Southern Super Series Super Late Models in the Rumble by the River, plus the return of the Show Me the Money Pro Late Models. It's a huge late model doubleheader on Saturday, April 29th at Montgomery Motor Speedway. For more info, go to montgomerymotorspeedway.org. Can't be there? You can watch it all live on Racing America.
Hey gang, join Scott Hansen, myself, and a host of other drivers on what will be the largest short track party at sea. Sail Eastern Caribbean on the Norwegian Encore January 7th to the 14th of 2024. Enjoy unlimited drinks, a special question and answer session, and have a chance at racing Scott and myself on the go-kart track. Call Market Memories Travel at 262-527-1341 or visit mymmtravel.com and click on the link to Bickle's Bon Voyage link for information.
HMS Motorsport is the leader in motorsport safety, providing the most advanced driver safety products to NASCAR, IndyCar, sprint cars, and sports cars drivers. From grassroots to professional racers, HMS Motorsport has over 25 years' experience outfitting drivers with the best gear on the market. Equipped with first-hand product knowledge, our experts are ready to help you select the best harness belts, seats, head restraints, helmets, and racing attire for your type of racing. HMS is even the exclusive importer for Schroed belts, Schubert helmets, and Valero base layers. Visit one of our stores in Mooresville, North Carolina, or Danvers, Massachusetts, or check us online at hmsmotorsport.com, where you can learn the details of our products and order online. Safety starts here.
Hi, I'm Jake Garcia, and you're watching Racing America.
Glad to have you back here with us on the Bullring. And, of course, Penske Racing, one of the teams that we cover here on Racing America as part of our NASCAR Cup Series coverage, where they also own Indy cars, just in case you didn't know, if you were under a rock. Recently, the Indy cars had their first test of the Indianapolis 500 season this year. Of course, Joseph Newgarden, one of the drivers that I would say will be a favorite going into Indianapolis. He talked to us on his practice run there this past week.
There's a lot going on today, as you can imagine. You got 33 cars out here and a lot of time. Everyone's trying to cram stuff in. It looks like weather's coming in tomorrow, so I think everyone's trying to be as productive as possible today. It's probably going to be incredibly busy here this last hour. But early indications are things are good. I was really happy this morning, and I was really happy in the afternoon here on the initial runs. We're going to bring the car back out and try and get a little bit more in here. But it's good to be with Shell, as always. They're back here. It's a big year for Shell, as everybody knows, running 100% renewable race fuel. So very excited to represent them, and it's going to be fitting if this car's fast.
Of course, another one of the teams that we cover here on Racing America is Richard Childress Racing. Richard Childress Racing already 2 wins this season with Kyle Busch including this past week at Talladega. We caught up with Kyle Busch after the race, and here's what he had to say about his win.
Bubba was pushing me on the restart. He had me squirreled up a little bit down the backstretch, and then we got separated from each other, and then he went back to grab whoever was behind him and brought the momentum back forward. I got out a little too far, and then off of 4, Bubba was coming with a head of steam, and I could have turned up to get in front of him and try to block it, but I'm like, I'm going to get wrecked. My stuff would not take pushes anyways, and so I was not going to put myself in a spot where I was going to try to take one. So I just let those guys go by and just say, you know what, we'll sort it out down the backstretch and see what happens. We got 4 more corners to see what happens in this race, and two and a half more miles. But they got to pushing real hard, and Bubba went to block, and you can't make more than one turn, being pushed, and by the time you make that second one, you're wrecked.
Of course, Kyle Busch, the winner at Talladega this weekend, and it was wild, which
we expected.
Yeah, we expected that. But no surprise, I don't think, to see our next guest on the road to the Cup with another top 10 finish. That is Front Row Motorsports driver Todd Gilliland. Todd coming home with a 10th place finish. Congratulations. I know the races at Talladega are always wild from our viewpoint. What was it like from your standpoint?
Yeah, I feel like for the most part, it was actually calm for the majority of the race there. Just we haven't seen many huge wrecks, I guess, till the end recently in our super speedway races. So, but yeah, it's overall it's tough to pass, tough to get back up there. You need to be saving fuel any chance you get. Have good green flag pit stops, but yeah, come down to the end there. When you're up front, it seems like you're bound to get in a wreck eventually, and then we saw it there get pretty wild at the end.
When you go into these races at the super speedways, where it can be anyone's race when it comes down to it, do you go into those weekends with like a different mindset than maybe the rest of the schedule?
I feel like I go into every race, trying to put our best foot forward. But I think, we certainly know going to the super speedways that best foot forward may be, contending for a win. So I think in the back of our minds, we know that, and, maybe subconsciously put more pressure on ourselves. But, overall, these races are tough enough as it is. You don't need any more pressure. And, the majority of the time we try and just race up front, try and get stage points. And, the thing I always joke about is, chances are we're going to wreck, so we might as well wreck when we're on TV up at the front. But it's actually worked out decently for us the last couple races. We've been able to miss the majority of the wrecks there.
Well, Front Row Motorsports are the team's 3 wins. 2 of them have come on restrictor plate tracks, including Michael McDowell's win at the Daytona 500 a couple of years ago. On the broadcast Sunday, they showed some telemetry and cars back in the draft, a lot of them running 3/4, even half throttle at times. I know you got to factor in runs and bump drafting and all that sort of thing, but when you're running in the pack like that and not running full throttle, when you put it full throttle, what difference does it make?
To me, it's almost like driving down the freeway, right? If you go wide open, you're just going to hit the guy in front of you, and then that guy really has nowhere to go. It's when you're sitting in traffic, right? Like there's just really nowhere to go. So, nowadays, like I said, you're better off saving the fuel, just even giving yourself a little bit of a gap, right? If there's not enough room for someone to get in front of you, that's perfectly fine. Just, saving as much fuel as possible. I think we saw it in, stage 2 there. A lot of times, if you're stuck at the back, that's when you have that opportunity to save fuel. Then when you come down pit road for a green flag stop, or even a caution flag for that matter, you can put way less fuel in the car, and you end up actually jumping ahead of a lot of the guys that were running up front and were wide open for the majority of the run. So there is some strategy to it, but obviously it's really tough not to be the guy leading, because that's where everyone wants to be. But at the same time, there's kind of becoming more and more strategy to if you're in the back, there's more opportunities to jump people by saving fuel, being conscious of, like you said, not being wide open.
And you were also in the booth this weekend too. What was that like?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It's something I never expected to do probably, but it's kind of last minute, but it's really cool. Mike Joy has been at it forever. Really cool to be sitting next to him. I've listened to him for years and years, just like everyone else. And then Clint Boyer, he just brings so much energy. He just kind of calls it like he sees it. So yeah, I think overall that was really fun. It's really cool for me to get, different vantage points on everything. And especially there at Talladega, we didn't have too much to talk about for qualifying, but overall it was definitely a lot of fun.
Right now, you're 22nd in points, 3 top 10 finishes this year. You're ahead of a lot of good teams in the standings right now. What, for you, do you feel like has been the biggest difference that's had you and your team running more up in the top 10 and the top 15?
I don't think it's really one thing. I've got that question a lot recently, and I think that's just racing, right? I've been in with teams that we just are fast every single week. In K&N, different ranks coming up through the different series, and then sometimes it's just hard. Like you just have to drive so hard, do everything right to get a good finish. So I think it's all in the details. I think my new crew chief Ryan Bergini has done a really good job of being a good leader to my team. He worked alongside of us on the 34 car last year as the car chief. So I think he just along the way has picked out weaknesses of everyone on our team, and he's not afraid to really push and challenge every single one of us, me included. So I think that's been really good. I think another year of experience under my belt doesn't help also. And also, Ryan always jokes he just keeps it simple with the setup of the car. And honestly, our cars have been, quite a bit faster this year. So all that stuff adds up for sure.
Well, we've been able to watch you come through the ranks from late models all the way up. Really proud of you. You're doing a great job. Keep up the good work, and we'd love to see you get a win this year.
Awesome. I'd love to get a win too. So maybe we can come back here and talk about it after that.
Yeah, as long as you're still talking to us after you win, that would be a good thing. So we definitely will take you up on that.
Sounds good. Thank you guys for having me on.
All right, that's Todd Gilliland coming off of that top 10 finish this weekend at Talladega. We come back, past series in action at Oxford, and we'll talk to Ben Rowe about that after this.
That's gotta be the wildest ride in the world.
That is your whole being in that moment is to do as good as you can.
I'm a racer, and that's what I do, and that's what you do.
What creates a winning combination? Quality, focus, discipline, and most importantly, speed. At Pepperjack Kennels, we provide exceptional water and land training services for hardworking retrievers. From leading in the field to leading on the track, together we establish winning dogs and a winning team. Devoted to retrievers and motorsports, we are Pepperjack Kennels. Visit us online to learn more.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
National Super Late Model Racing returns to MIS Sunday afternoon, May 7th for the Joe Shear Classic 200. See the ASA Stars National Tour for the first time ever on Wisconsin's fastest half mile, racing for $15,000 to win, plus Midwest trucks. Get advanced discount tickets at MISRacing.com. ASA Stars National Tour plus Midwest trucks. It's the Joe Shear Classic 200, the biggest race of the year. Sunday afternoon, May 7th. First race 2 o'clock. Madison International Speedway. Don't miss it.
Welcome to the new home for race fans, Racing America. Live short track racing. exclusive team content,
I bet. That's what they all say.
Any NASCAR fan is really a short track fan at heart.
behind-the-scenes access. From grassroots to NASCAR, join us at the home for race fans everywhere. Racing America, it's in our DNA.
Welcome back to the Bullring, presented by Five Star Race Car Bodies, and sometimes we have to have a relief driver, and today, being Roe not able to join us, so I think we've got a very able relief driver. That is the general manager at Oxford Plains Speedway, Mike Mayberry, who is a driver himself. Mike, I appreciate you joining us here today on short notice.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Well, you got the season started off last week at Oxford. I know not exactly like you wanted to, because you wanted to have the pass race on Sunday, but how'd everything go from your standpoint on Saturday?
Everything went great to kick off the season there. We started off with 33 super late models that ran the weekly race, and everything else was pretty strong for car count, so really good opening day.
When you look at the past season so far, you get the first race out of the way at Hickory, go to Thompson, go to New Hampshire. Fourth race will be here at Oxford coming up on Sunday afternoon. I would think you guys have got to be pleased. I mean, the car counts have been good. The races have been good. Is that accurate to say?
Yeah, it's definitely, been a good start to the year with the past series. I mean, everything went good at Hickory. We were able to get both shows in there, and Thompson was good for the icebreaker weekend, and Loudon was good car count and everything as well too.
A lot of folks, it's weird because there was a time when Pass and Act obviously were not on the same page. And that sort of flipped about 5 years ago or so, and it seems like this partnership has been great. You get some Act races at Oxford and down at Hickory. You get some pass races at White Mountain and Thunder Road, and it seems like it has worked really well so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Chris is great to work with, and we really enjoy doing the shows with Act, and it really seems to work good for both series.
And you've still got you're still doing the Wednesday night shows at Thompson again, right?
Yep. We've got some Wednesday night shows down there, so those should be pretty good racing as well.
So this year, as we roll around for the Oxford 250 in August, it'll be the 50th. We're going to do some stories counting down the 50 greatest drivers of the Oxford 250, and also a look back at the previous 49 Oxford 250s. I know this is something that you and everybody at Oxford have really been working on even before last year's race.
Yeah, definitely. The build up to the 50th is something that we're really excited about. And, that's definitely a really cool milestone to be able to be a part of with this event.
And also bringing back the past 400 this year for the first time at Oxford. And, from talking to your dad and talking to you, I know that race had been at Beechridge for a long time. It went away for a while, but that race has got a pretty big legacy in and of itself.
Yeah, we're definitely excited to have that back and kind of try to have a bigger race weekend in the fall up here at Oxford. And, I think it's going to be a really exciting race with the 300 and with the other divisions we're going to run that weekend as well.
I know it's kind of a loaded question, and maybe it's hard to look this far ahead, but when you look at Oxford 250 and when you look at Pass 5 years from now, what do you see? Do you want to kind of maintain where you guys are at, or do you feel like there's some evolution that could happen here in the next 5 years or so?
I think the goal always is to just keep the program going as strong as it has been, and we're really lucky up here with Oxford and with the tour up here. We got a lot of really dedicated short track racers that race here, whether it's the past tour or weekly divisions here at Oxford. So, I mean, kind of just trying to continue everything, I think, at the level it's at. And I mean, I guess evolution and stuff will kind of come along as well, but, try to maintain the program at the level it's at. And we're really lucky to have a lot of really good competitors and fans that, support it.
Well, on Sunday afternoon, you'll be able to see the past super late models as well as the past modifieds in the Oxford Championship Series at Oxford Plains. Try to get out there if you're up in New England for certain, or you can watch here on Racing America. And for more, you can go to oxfordplains.com or proallstarseries.com. Mike, I really appreciate everything. I wish you the best of luck coming up this weekend, and we can't wait to see what's in store for that 50th Oxford 250.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, stick around, and we'll have more of the Bullring presented by 5-Star Race Car Bodies, and Jess will be back with us after this.
Ready to take your brand to the next level? At Victory Lane Design, we can help. If you are looking for a professional website, cutting-edge logo, a hero card that separates you from the pack, or video production to keep you connected with your fans, then check out VictoryLaneDesign.com, where winning counts. 5-Star Bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-Star.
Hey gang, join Scott Hansen and myself and a host of other drivers on what will be the largest short track party at sea. Sail Eastern Caribbean on the Norwegian Encore January 7th to the 14th of 2024. Enjoy unlimited drinks, a special question and answer session, and have a chance at racing Scott and myself on the go-kart track. Call Market Memories Travel at 262-527-1341 or visit mymmtravel.com and click on the link to Bickle's Bon Voyage link for information.
HMS Motorsport is the leader in motorsport safety, providing the most advanced driver safety products to NASCAR, IndyCar, sprint cars, and sports cars drivers. From grassroots to professional racers, HMS Motorsport has over 25 years experience outfitting drivers with the best gear on the market. Equipped with first-hand product knowledge, our experts are ready to help you select the best harness belts, seats, head restraints, helmets, and racing attire for your type of racing. HMS is even the exclusive importer for Schroth belts, Schubert helmets, and Bolero base layers. Visit one of our stores in Mooresville, North Carolina, or Danvers, Massachusetts, or check us online at hmsmotorsport.com, where you can learn the details of our products and order online. Safety starts here.
Glad to have you back here with us on the Bullring. Alan and Jess here with you, and thanks again to our friends at 5-Star Race Car Bodies. Of course, the ASA at CRA Super Series is going to get the green this weekend for their season opener at Anderson Speedway in Indiana. Joining us now, the defending winner of that race, and that is Eddie Van Meter. And first off, Eddie, am I seeing wrong, or is that a dirt track you're at right now?
Yeah, that's a dirt track I'm at. Me and Shannon Maston purchased a dirt track over the winter, and it's going to try to do a little bit of racing on this side of the door.
Well, tell me a little bit about the track. What's the name? Where is it located?
It's Circle City Raceway. It's in Indianapolis, Indiana, at the Marion County Fairgrounds. It's a quarter-mile high bank dirt track. We just put new clay in it over the winter also. So had our first race a couple weeks ago. Turned out very well, and looking to do another one this weekend.
Yeah, that's a great place, Jess. We had, I think it was 2 years ago, we had a race from Circle City on Racing America. That's a cool racetrack.
Yeah. How close is it to the city?
We're probably 15 minutes from downtown Indianapolis.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great location. Well, I feel like we were going to talk about Anderson, but I feel like you just, dropped breaking news on us. So I want to keep asking about the racetrack. What made you decide to do that?
Did you hit your head or something? I mean, what?
Yeah. I believe me and Shannon was drunk one night and decided you want to do something real stupid. And so this is where we're at.
Well, that sounds like something me and you might do one day, Jess.
No, I don't know. A few more drinks, maybe.
But take a lot of drinks, that's for sure. Well, Eddie, I'm assuming that you're racing at Anderson this weekend, right?
Obviously, that's one of my favorite tracks. Rick Dawson and his whole crew, they do a great job. And I like to help continue to support them.
That win last year at Anderson, it really affected your plans for the season, because I know we talked to you last year after the race and you said, well, I might go to Salem, and you end up running the whole series and winning the points.
Yeah, it did. We won the race, and we really lucked into that. We was a third place car, and the top two guys got together, and it just laid in our lap. But so then, we was like, well, we might as well go to the next one, see what happens. And it just kept snowballing. And then before you know it, now you're too deep. So you got to finish it out.
You mentioned that Anderson was one of your favorite tracks, and it definitely is one of those facilities that when it's packed in, it is a sight to see when the grandstands are full. And I've been there when the line at the gates going all the way back to the road. What makes you love the track so much?
It just fits my style. It's little Bullring. You got to get aggressive, and you got to know when to give and take. I've raced there off and on all my life, on the oval and on the 8. So it's just a great place to go. It's close to home. All the friends and family get to go there, and just always enjoy going to Anderson.
I know, and it seems repetitive for those of you who watched the show, because we ask about the ASA Stars National Tour, and I know you started traveling more a few years ago. You went to Richmond, and we've seen you at the races down south. What are the pluses that you see right now to a national series, and maybe what are your concerns that you feel like they're going to have to kind of navigate?
They got they started the new stage race or whatever they did there. And in late model racing, we don't need to make our own cautions. We make enough of our own. So, I know they do it in NASCAR, but they're on a 1.5 mile racetrack, and them guys do it for a living. With the late model guys, if you give us a caution, that's giving me a chance to wreck somebody else.
Well, I think that's pretty well said, and from a driver's perspective, for sure. Eddie, good luck on the season, especially with Circle City. If there's anything that we can do to help you, don't hesitate to ask. We definitely wish you guys success there, and as well as your exploits behind the wheel.
Yeah, thank you, and look forward to talking to you guys again.
All righty, that's Eddie Van Meter, of course, last year's winner at Anderson, and you'll be able to catch the ASA CRA Super Series opener again from Anderson this weekend here on Racing America, which means after this break, we're going to tell everybody about all the great races they can watch this weekend. Stick around. We'll let you know what you can see here on Racing America.
Welcome to the new home for race fans, Racing America. Live short track racing. Exclusive team content.
I bet, that's what they all say.
Any NASCAR fan is really a short track fan at heart.
Behind the scenes access. From grassroots to NASCAR, join us at the home for race fans everywhere. Racing America, it's in our DNA.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
It's the biggest weekend in Montgomery Motor Speedway history, and it comes your way on Saturday, April 29th. See the ASA Southern Super Series Super Late Models in the Rumble by the River, plus the return of the Show Me the Money Pro Late Models. It's a huge late model doubleheader on Saturday, April 29th at Montgomery Motor Speedway. For more info, go to montgomerymotorspeedway.org. Can't be there? You can watch it all live on Racing America.
Welcome to Raceface Digital Collectible Cards. Are you a driver or a team looking to expand your brand? Want to connect with your fans, give sponsors more exposure, and earn income from all card sales? Then Raceface Digital has you covered. Digitize your brand with 5 different collectible cards. Enrollment is now open to all drivers and all series. Visit racefacedigital.com today and use invite code RA1.
Glad you're back with us this afternoon here on the Bullring. Don't forget, for more great racing action and programming here on the network, you can find the Racing America channel 24/7, free on connected devices. Check that out. You'll be able to see a lot of exclusive programming there.
I leave it on for my dog.
Yeah.
When I'm gone.
And the dog can't sleep because it's all so exciting.
Yeah.
Well, around the corner here on RacingAmerica.tv this weekend, a lot of great racing action. We've told you about some of it today, including the ASA CRA Super Series season opener at Anderson Speedway in Indiana. That's on Saturday. Also, big show, Jess, Saturday at Montgomery Motor Speedway in Alabama. They're calling it the biggest event in the history of the racetrack. First time ever ASA Southern Super Series Super Late Models and Show Me the Money Pro Late Models in action. That's going to be a great afternoon of racing.
Yep.
Twin Super Late Models at Citrus County Speedway. The Super Late Models will race in twins. And also our friends at Mobile International Speedway trying to get their first race of the season in, first regular season race of the season in. It'll be featuring the Advanced Auto Parts Pro Trucks and the local divisions, and that's not all, is it?
No, and on Sunday we got the past Super Late Models and Modifieds for the Oxford Championship Series at Oxford Plains.
Yep, going to be a lot of great racing action, and hope you can get to one of these events. If not, please watch either live here with us on Racing America or on demand. You know, this past week, our friends at Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing had a week of service, and it was very interesting. It was an initiative that they put on, and they did all sorts of things, from blood drives to building houses, bikes for kids.
Wow.
Yeah, a really great thing. And as we go to break here, they catalog that for us, and take a look here at all the great things that Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing was able to accomplish this past week.
Show me light, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me light, show me love, this is all we got. Show me light, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got. time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me light, show me love, show me light, show me love. Make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days.
A new era begins as the ASA CRA Super Series hits the track on Saturday, April 29th at Anderson Speedway. See the Midwest's top super late model racers as they compete for 125 laps around Anderson's tight quarter mile. Don't miss a second of the action. It's the ASA CRA Super Series kicking off 2023 on Saturday, April 29th at Anderson Speedway. And you can catch it all only on Racing America.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance, the highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
National Super Late Model Racing returns to MIS Sunday afternoon, May 7th for the Joe Shear Classic 200. See the ASA Stars National Tour for the first time ever on Wisconsin's fastest half mile, racing for $15,000 to win, plus Midwest trucks. Get advanced discount tickets at MISRacing.com. ASA Stars National Tour plus Midwest trucks. It's the Joe Shear Classic 200, the biggest race of the year. Sunday afternoon, May 7th. First race 2 o'clock. Madison International Speedway. Don't miss it.
Well, the final lap. White flag is out, and we want to thank. That's right. Good job. That was a good job. We'll have to get you a little white one or something.
It's like I did better than the guy on iRacing.
Yeah, you just. We want to thank our guests today, including RJ Braun, John Bolen, Ben Rowe, Eddie Van Meter. Really glad that Todd Gilliland was able to join us and give us a little bit of insight from Talladega this past weekend. We told you lots of great racing action coming up here on Racing America this weekend, starting Saturday and going through Sunday at Oxford Plains. Mm-hmm. We'll be watching, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were just making plans.
Maybe we'll see. It never works out.
It never works out.
It never works out, but you never can
We can make
tell.
plans to watch.
Yeah, we can make plans to watch, which we'll definitely do that. I hope you can also make plans tomorrow, Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, Cars Tour Weekly presented by Pepperjack Kennels. Jess and Keely Dubinsky will break down this big past weekend at Hickory, and as the Cars Tour gets ready for a big month of May, North Wilkesboro, 30,000 win at Tri-County.
I cannot believe she makes time to come hang out with me every
I don't
week.
either. I think we're getting her in trouble, but we do appreciate her coming because
Thanks, Keely.
It definitely makes the show better. Well, both of you make the show good.
No, that's fine.
Well, y'all both make it good. We also, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, don't forget our 24/7 Racing America channel on connected devices. That's free. Also, if you're not a subscriber to RacingAmerica.tv, all these races this weekend are available for subscribers. Subscribe now, and you can also keep up at RacingAmerica.com. So for all of our guests and Jess Ballard, I'm Alan Dietz saying so long from Charlotte. We'll see you next week here on the Bullring.
Hey gang, join Scott Hansen, myself, and a host of other drivers on what will be the largest short track party at sea. Sail Eastern Caribbean on the Norwegian Encore January 7th to the 14th of 2024. Enjoy unlimited drinks, a special question and answer session, and have a chance at racing Scott and myself on the go-kart track. Call Market Memories Travel at 262-527-1341 or visit mymmtravel.com and click on the link to Bickle's Bon Voyage link for information.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Get up on your feet, race fans.
Can you believe it? Right now, racing, in my opinion, is as healthy as it's been in the last 15 to 20 years.
Just wanting to make that first lap.
Go!
It's the biggest weekend in Montgomery Motor Speedway history, and it comes your way on Saturday, April 29th. See the ASA Southern Super Series Super Late Models in the Rumble by the River, plus the return of the Show Me the Money Pro Late Models. It's a huge late model doubleheader on Saturday, April 29th at Montgomery Motor Speedway. For more info, go to montgomerymotorspeedway.org. Can't be there? You can watch it all